Can you hear me? Am I here? Oh. There's a Kitty and a Rebecca and a Niall. Have I gone into voices now? That's impressive. Let's see what I can do. Does that work better? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Zoe, how are you? Okay. She is not keeping up with my. Let's do one more thing and then I gotta. Mm-hmm. That's right. Let's hope that works. Oh, so cute. We love emotes here. I also like it when my model actually picks up on all of my movements. But that might be asking too much this morning. Go figure. How are you? How is your weekend? How is your day? Let's see if I can find what I need. I bet I can. I did. However, there are now ads I gotta put up with. Okay, this goes there. That goes like this, so I can see all the things. And then I gotta go do this other thing over here because I didn't do all this stuff before I got on stream, and I probably should have.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the newspaper puzzles that Mom J's doing. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I better free the VC. Hello.
That worked better.
Hey, Katrina's in the VC. Welcome.
One is working better. Sorry, I'm turning on my browsers, but hello everyone.
Hello.
Lady Wrights is just getting settled in here. Oh, how's everyone doing? In all the chats. How are all the chats doing? Wait, I see decafs. I see the little green things, but I don't hear decaf.
Oh, you
Why
can't
don't I?
hear me?
There.
Kirsten,
Oh,
hello. Good morning.
hold
I said
on.
hello a couple times now,
Sorry.
but you still can't hear me. Let me
I
see.
I haven't been able to hear you. You're really quiet. Let me figure something out here. Let me see what's going on with your volume.
I just realized something. Hello, Zoe.
I see now. It's because every time I said hello, Lira has been talking over me.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm shushing. I'm sorry.
it's all right.
Please forgive
I'm gonna
me.
turn your volume up a little bit, Decaf, because I think you're quiet, and then it'll be harder for anyone to talk over you.
I did
Okay.
not mean to do that.
Nobody puts Decaf in a corner, is what we're gonna
Right.
say, and
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
no, I mean unless you like it there because it's cozy, but
Mm.
but I don't think so because like I'm an introvert. I like the corner, but I feel like that's not where Decaf belongs at all.
Mm.
Nope, not for decaf. So I've muted myself so
um,
decaf can be heard.
did you get some good sleep, Decaf? You were pretty
If you
wiped
can,
out
Boxes
yesterday.
would be good.
if you can count my
Yes.
bed head, yeah. My extreme bedhead right now.
Let
I
me
think
take
I'm
a
okay.
look. Hold on. What? I need to still turn you up a little bit for some
Ooh.
reason.
Mm.
Let's take a look at. Wait,
Hang
I
on,
need
let
to see
me
the bed
disconnect.
head.
Be right back. Is that better? Did that do
I
anything?
feel like it's the same,
Hmm.
but it's okay
Weird.
because I just turn up your volume and it's fine. It's like no problem. It's like not an issue. Mm.
Honestly,
I need
to
I
do
just
the
turn you
Settings
up,
are
same.
the same.
it'll be
No, I
fine.
got
And I'm looking at my own
decaf
OBS and coming at the same
up to
volume as I usually do.
200% already.
I feel like don't I feel like it's like a regular occurrence that Discord like pulls some kind of shenanigans with somebody's volume. And we're always like, we didn't change anything because we never did.
Nope.
And yet there'll be like some huge discrepancy from like the last time that we were on in the other person's like Discord. So whatever the heck that's about, I don't know. But I kind of blame Discord actually.
Mhm. There's
I
something
need to
going
do
on there.
this. And then also, please click the heart at the top of your chat. Follow the wonderful lady Wrights right here, right now. So I'm here, chat. I'm here with both Decaf and the Lady Wrights for what's become like our regular, like, I feel like regularly the three of us stream together on Sundays for our productivity, and it's like nice. It's nice. So I feel
It
like
is.
that's usually gonna happen because I don't know, it's friendly, it's cozy, it's companionable. It took me a while to come up
Agree.
with that word.
Yeah. By the way, I've got decaf at 200% on my Discord, and decaf's still the quietest.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know why, because like I fully believe Decaf when they say they have changed nothing.
So
And
do I.
like we were on stream together yesterday in this
Mhm.
VC together yesterday,
Mhm.
and their volume was like perfectly normal. So I don't know what that's about. I blame Discord. But it's fine because we turn Decaf up to 200% and we adjust.
Okay.
We adjust everything else so that, you know. And then
Terrible.
at some point during the stream, Discord will be like, "Oh, oops, boop bloop," and then Decaf will be like
Shouting at us.
like the voice of God in our heads, like a wrathful God.
Mhm.
And you know, I feel like actually that's fair. I feel like Decaf should get the opportunity to be a wrathful God every once in a while. I feel like that's a role that they should get to play just now and then.
Every now and again.
Yeah,
I
now
get
and
this.
then.
I get to just like smite a couple mortals.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you can start with us, like right here in the VC. Like we're so convenient.
Congratulations,
We're so
everyone.
smiteable.
Congratulations, everyone. You all have been smote.
Uh, you say that like they couldn't if they wanted to. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. They could. They're just like they're like holding the power back just out of mercy for the rest of us.
Which is generous and kind. Benevolent.
Yes. Benevolent indeed. Um
Well, I can't do much about the Discord thing, but
oh,
my microphone is in front of my face now. Is that
yeah,
helping
that
enough?
actually does raise volume.
No, I actually did something. Cool. So it might have just been my proximity to my microphone then.
Were you sitting differently? I still blame Discord for the record.
I do too.
A little bit. I just adjusted the angle of the microphone to my face.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually don't I think like you, I typically have mine kind of to the side, and it's mostly in hopes of minimizing like mouth noise, like.
Hmm.
And even though I have a pop filter on here, like I feel like it's never enough.
No, I want to be as close as I possibly can to the microphone.
Uh-huh.
Um, my adjustment is always I can't see because of the arm.
Wait, let me see what kind of arm do you have? Hold on, let me check out. Let me check out what kind of arm you have.
I don't
So
think
it's
you can
like
see it on camera.
yeah, I can't see it. It's true.
Yep.
Does it is it like a
I like
cuz mine like
that.
mine's like way off to the side. It's like a fold like a. Oh yeah, it's similar. Mine's a similar type. Like not the same one, but it's a similar mechanism.
Yep.
Um
Just the metal arm.
yeah, yeah. I'm unreasonably happy today because Mr. GSC, who noticed that I was, um, like I had been hanging. This is a silly, weird little thing, but I had been always hanging my headphones over the like over the arm of my um over my mic arm when I wasn't using it. But I
Hmm.
have these. There's like little like plastic thingies on the top of the my microphone arm to like that you could put the cord in, like the cable in so that it's like neat across the top.
Hmm.
And what I didn't realize for the longest time was that when I would hang my headphones on there, they would eventually like sort of end up resting against the plastic thing. And it was like kind of ripping up the inside of the like head, like top headband thing. And,
Ah.
um, and so I had Mr. GSC had like replaced that top piece. Like he'd just sneakily done it one day without he like ordered a replacement piece and sneakily replaced it. But then I didn't want to, once I realized I didn't want to put it back where it was going to get wrecked again. So I'd just been hanging it over the side of my monitor, which means that like half the time my headphones were like kind of in front of, like partly in front of my monitor. Like when I wasn't using them, but I was using my computer. And yesterday he like put this small he like brought up the packages from downstairs and like just put one of them on my desk, and it was this little thing that I can attach to the side of my desk and hang my headphones off of. And it's like the simplest little thing. I don't think it really cost any money or anything, but it was just like I don't know, a thoughtful thing. Like he noticed I was having like an awkwardness
Hmm.
with the headphones and just like brought a solution. Like just
Mhm.
ordered a thing to fix it, and that's the kind of thoughtful gesture that that he often makes, and it just made me really happy today. So like when I went today to get my headphones, and they're like in this really convenient little this convenient thing. I'll take a picture of it, put it in my.
Yeah.
It's like the simplest thing.
Hello, Juxtapositor. Hello, Demerico. And that is an awesome thing.
Thank you
It's
so much for
often just the
the
little stuff.
follow, Zoe Zeffrey. Mhm. I realize I have the stream labeled as art. I'm not doing the art just yet. I'm still just like finishing up this edit real quick. So I realized I forgot to line up the voice acting short for today. I'll just knock it out in like 5 minutes.
Nice.
All right, I put a picture of that thing in my clubhouse, and I'll put one in the VC chat for you guys to be more convenient. The little headphone thing. Where's the VC chat?
VC, MJ, you've been talking to yourself this whole time.
You know, that could be. You guys could just be voices in my head.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I put a picture of
I
the
would hate
little
to
thing
scare
that
you like
the
that.
headphones that the headphones hang on. That's like on my desk.
Enjoy your lurk, my friend. We have much to harass
Um,
about. Or discuss.
Yeah, what do you so all right, Decaf is doing some editing and then gonna be doing some stuff with art, right?
Yeah,
Is what I'm hearing.
I'm way behind on my thumbnails, but also more importantly,
Oh.
um, I have to like rework the catalog a little bit because I realized I was able to create a lot of data validation so that people can filter down to like what specific character they want to see from the reverse 1999 fan art catalog. But
Mm.
it doesn't filter properly because the images are currently pasted over the cell when they should be inside the cell.
Mm.
So I'm gonna
Ah,
be downloading a
you gotta
couple of the
fix
images that are
that.
currently there and then fix that. So they're actually inserted and not just kind of like copy pasted. And then like paying more of the artists, who I'm interested in like being part of the catalog, which is everyone, um, to ask them, hey, do you want to be a part of this? Because they won't know unless I actually like reach out personally, which is usually the case with most artists I find online, is that they're mostly introverts who don't actively seek
Mm-hmm.
out attention.
They actually have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. Until you like actually call them out and be like, "Hey, you! I've tagged your name specifically, Kimi no Nawa. What's up? What's up? Can you respond to this thing that I put out there, thinking that everyone is an extrovert when actually I'm dealing with hundreds of introverts."
Uh-huh. So and what are you doing today, Lady Wrights?
I am hopefully revising or reviewing a book I was formatting yesterday to make sure it looks pretty.
Me.
And then I will be prepping it and putting it on pre order.
Wonderful. I'm gonna be regrouping at some book projects and story projects that I had to completely ignore for a while I was on my deadline. And I finally actually took a day off yesterday. Like I didn't work. Like after like the first one I've had since I was done with my deadline. I just let myself like after stream, I just like continued playing Minecraft. You
As
know?
you do.
And I just, like I just continued playing a game. And in the evening, I played some games and watched TV with Mr. GSC and a friend. And it was the first day. I can't even remember the last day where I like let myself have a day off. So it was really
Suffering.
nice. But now I want to get back to work. I have a lot of stories to work on. I have some audio stuff to do, but I think that's easier to do not on stream. Um, and Decaf knows what that thing is.
Yes.
Um,
I'm
yes.
just currently drafting up plans to take over the world.
That is,
Mm.
yeah, with audio, like
Mhm.
basically that's the key.
It's a multimedia presentation, audio, visual.
I
I
don't think
mean,
it would
the
actually
the
take
present
much to convince most people.
the the thing that I am working on, I mean, it would be cool if it took over the world. I feel like that could be a goal. I don't
Hmm.
know how you feel about that, Decaf, but that could be a goal. Anyway, yeah, I have some of that stuff to
According
do, but
to a lot of people, your work is brainwashing the masses, and
that
especially
is
you.
true.
So
I
there you
have
go.
been accused indeed of brainwashing the masses. Uh,
As
phew,
long as you,
sorry everybody in all the chats. So sorry. I didn't get
as
I
long,
usually I could see that coming and mute in time, but no.
Sometimes
as
just
long
caught
as your
unexpectedly.
brainwashing is effective, I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah, we all the queer and especially trans authors are being regularly accused of washing the kids. Um,
As
Oh,
long as
that
brain
I'm
I'm
rotting
not
is
doing,
different. That's just normal.
uh-huh.
brainwashing. Wait, what?
You almost said brain rotting.
Oh, did I? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not quite awake. I do have a cup of coffee here, so that hopefully will get
I should
better.
make coffee.
And so I'm sitting here. I'm looking at the Robot Boyfriend novella, at the moment, but I also other things that I could flit around to if I felt I could flit around to the adult rewrite of my first YA novel that didn't go anywhere, or also the short story that Lady Wrights and I for a long time had these plans of putting out a short story with our podcast, and I think for both of us it's kind of uh fallen into the background because we've had so many other things to do. However,
We have totally not
uh
been busy. Mm-mm.
yeah, no, neither of us. However, that's also a thing that I have. And I feel like regardless of what happens, like whether we end up releasing the short story, like I want to finish the short story one like either way because I think I can do something with it no matter what. Um
Mm-hmm.
and and also like even though
Mm.
I gave it a desired short story word count, these things do have a way of growing out of my control. And then I have Housebook,
I'm sorry,
which I
Panda.
would need to find. Where do I find Housebook? If I
House
wanted to
book?
look at it. Okay, so way back, wow, last time I worked on this was 2020. Way back at the beginning, near the beginning of the pandemic. Way back in
So
the
about 10 years ago,
age
give or take.
way back in 2020, so 6 years ago. My bestie and I, bestie is H.E. Edmond, who you guys might know as the author of The Witch King and Godly Heathens and We Can Never Leave and The Flicker and Defanged. Defanged, I think, like got on a bunch of lists for like best of like middle grade for 2025 and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Anyway, we had the idea for a collaborative novel where we would each write, it would be like a dual POV and we each write one of the characters and it would go back back and forth in chapters, and we had a whole concept for it, and we even at the urging of our agent at the time um even had like a contract written up and like
So-
signed about it so that because our agent at the time, who was the same agent, they still have that agent, and I have a different agent, but they also have that different agent because they actually have two agents, so it's interesting. Anyway, so we're still agent siblings, just not with this original one who is like, I know you guys are friends, but I have seen so many friendships just absolutely be destroyed by projects like these, and you should have a contract and um, just so that there's a plan for what happens if it breaks down. Like that's why you have
Right.
to have it. So even we went that far. Right, the plan that we were always going to do with the podcast, but we still have not quite done, but we will.
The planet Captain Fusco. Right.
Yeah. um. So I had written the first chapter of it, and then it was in Bestie's court to go on, and Bestie I can't remember if they wrote a chapter. I don't know. They got they ended up being like on a big deadline for a
Hmm.
contract after that. And we just never went back to it. And I started when because of the way ADHD is, while I was in the middle of my deadline for book 2, of course the last thing I wanted to write was book 2. Um and couldn't. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about Housebook. The reason we call it Housebook is because the main character is actually this house. Um this like supernatural house. Like a house is the character is a character in the book. Um
But is it
and
also a hat and a boat?
it is only a house. It is only a house, but it changes. It looks different every time it reforms.
Hmm.
Um so I have it labeled in Scrivener as Undead House Story. Um, but we had, just called it House Book a lot. But I woke up in the middle of the night thinking, I want to rewrite my first chapter of House Book and try to get Bestie back into it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I told myself then, when you finish, when you make your deadline, you're allowed to look at House Book. That was like a prize, like a But then, of course, after I was done with my deadline, I was like, Housebook what? Housebook who? I don't care. But now I've pulled it up. Now maybe I'll work on that a little bit too, because maybe I do care about Housebook. And I'm certainly a better
Imagine
writer
caring.
than I was in 2020 when I last worked on this. Um, wait, I'm missing things in the chat.
Are there things in the chat? Sorry, I'm looking at MS Paint right now, so I can't see the chat.
I think there are things in the chat. Let me see what we've got here.
Maybe, but you guys are talking.
Oh, they writes like having an entire different conversation.
Oh, in the chat. Oh, and also Shelly suffering in
I,
Overwatch.
I'm just trying
Mhm.
to keep up with them
Wait,
because
okay.
I not miss what you're saying. So I'm not talking
That
and
makes
just
sense.
listening and letting ADHD work in my favor.
Right. No, that makes
Sometimes it
sense.
does. Sometimes it can. um, I could, and in fact should shut up for a little bit and let you guys talk. I was rambling about Housebook.
Oh no,
I'm not
you
talking about
can
anything.
ramble. I was enjoying hearing about Housebook.
Oh, um, there's an undead house.
The energy seems to be gone.
It's like completely runs out of steam because the ADHD is like, well, this topic is over now.
There's an undead house. Let me see if I can. I don't even remember. Like, do I even remember the whole premise? Um, Proposed premise. Oh, okay. From the monster's perspective. The monster, I'm the monster, was born with the power to influence their surroundings by emotion, and this is carried over to the house, which feeds off the monster's emotion and spreads through the entire neighborhood. Unfortunately, the house reacts against the monster's emotion. The monster. Oh, wait, okay. Okay, so, all right. Short version of the premise is there's
Overwatch
the
will be
monster and
over
the
today.
hunter. There's the monster and the monster hunter. My character is the monster. HE's is the monster hunter, but we kind of want the reader not to know who's the villain in the story. In fact, I'm not sure we know who the villain in the story is. And there's this like family um there's this like battle between our two families that goes back like hundreds of years. And the monster and the house and the hunter just get like reincarnated over and over and over. Every time the hunter kills us, we get like we come back like in a different form. Like the monster has a different body and the house has a different body,
Ah.
and so the hunter has to find us every time. Um,
Yeah.
that's like and that's like kind of that's the little bit of the premise, but really it's like uh really it's like super trans and super gay. And that's what it's really it's about
Just a little bit.
feelings. It's about feelings. But there's a magic
Unsurprisingly,
undead house.
it's a little bit gay.
A little, just a slightly. It might come to as a shock to some people that H.E. Edgman and I, authors of notoriously heteronormative work,
Mhm.
would write something super gay. Uh, if you guys aren't familiar with H.E.'s work, hold on. Let me promo them for a second.
Mhm. Feel free to drop the links. Um, just to like completely not talk about um the current topic, but just like to explain a little bit of why I'm not talking as much right now is kind of awkwardly segue into what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right now, I am currently looking at 100 of my past videos and making sure that they all have end cards and thumbnails. Um, I always feel a little bit bad about like my ethic, my work ethic when it comes to thumbnail creation. Is that if I don't do it immediately, either before the video comes out or a day or two after, um, it just like gets set aside, and the ADHD is like, well, you haven't done the previous couple, so you can't do this one yet. Um, which is not great, you know, because it's like it just keeps piling up that kind
Right.
of work,
Right.
and then it becomes a thing of like, well, you're not doing good enough because clearly this task has not been getting done, and so I'm doing it now, and a lot of my like anxiety of this past month has been, oh man, I'm not doing as much as I possibly could. And then I take a look here. One of the weird positives of it is that I'm forced to look back at what I've done over the past 2 months and be like, actually no, I've actually kind of done a lot still, even if I haven't been doing as much as I usually would.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking
Hmm.
a look here and I released like 200 videos over the past 2 months, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's okay that I didn't maybe do all the thumbnails I could have
Mhm.
possibly done.
Mhm.
We don't
May-
give
Maybe
ourselves enough
maybe
credit
the
most of the
Python
time.
videos and and the handful of like meme edits and voice acting and skits that I wrote whole cloth, plus the podcast, plus um the daily live streams. Maybe that's productive enough.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm enough.
Maybe you are decaf. Maybe you are enough. This is something to consider.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, y- oh man.
Just a thought, you know.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. It's a good thought, valid thought, probably very, very accurate.
Oh, what play? Oh man, I don't know. Playlist for Housebook.
It's kind of funny. My
Um,
mom used to look at me like I had two heads when I would say stuff like I wasn't ready or I hadn't done anything all day. And she's like, "But you did," and she'd list this.
Hmm. So to segue it back into what MJ is saying, when MJ says like this thing I've kind of left on the back burner for
mhm, mhm,
literal years. I
mhm.
mean, my
Mhm.
scale is very much shorter, but it still feels like the same kind of like, well, this thing on the back burner has been bugging me and bothering me. But now I take a look at it and I'm like, actually, I'm okay with the progress that I'm currently making, and I'm happy to get back into it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
As it turns out, it's fine actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
my
Who am I
stream
playing?
might crash because I'm uploading to TikTok. TikTok is like really greedy when it comes to CPU and memory, and I don't usually upload during the stream for that reason. So
Why
if
does that
the share
seem
chat stops, guys,
correct?
that's why.
Why does it just seem so correct that TikTok is greedy? Um, MJ and Katrina are hating you right now. Your list of got done is huge. We could never hate decaf, but also decaf is like incredibly productive, and I often wish I was
Mhm.
productive as decaf. Um, Shelly Lurkwell, and thank you. I will bank that get up and pet the cat for a little bit later, and I appreciate you lots and lots. Also, Zoe, if you're still here, Zoe Zephyr, um, you redeemed a hydrate during the loading screen, and I still haven't done it, so I'm gonna do it now.
I've been looking for my water. Realized I forgot to grab that. I I guess I should.
Mhm.
So I finished or I reviewed one of my short stories this week. It was actually pretty good, pretty solid. So I didn't have to do much else. I started formatting this week. Um, and I tried to make it extra pretty. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just not worth it. People are going to read it if they're going to read it. It has nothing to do with how pretty the inside of your book is when they can't see the inside of your book if they don't find it in the first place.
Mhm.
Focus on making sure they can find it. Just say.
Maybe this playlist is good for Housebook. I have a playlist called Rasputamia, um, because it's
Right,
a
Rebecca.
combo. It's a combo of uh Hoyo mix tracks from Enkanomiya and the works of Rasputina. Um, it's just those two things like mixed up that they bizarrely fit together perfectly. It was like the day that I realized that Combat Beneath the Waves sounded like it could be a Rasputina piece, that I started putting those together. Maybe the Rasputomia is the playlist for Housebook, and then Housebook's gonna have to get its own. I'm gonna read what I have and see if I actually really do want to work on it. It's not the smartest thing for me to work on because it depends on another person, and like so I could rewrite it for days and it wouldn't. I could rewrite it forever and it wouldn't be something that I could, sell,
Finish.
and I probably should instead work on these other things that are things that can be completed and put out into the world.
Will
But
it
I
fill your
promised myself I
creativity
was
cup?
allowed to look at it. I don't know. Let me I what I'll do is I'll put on this playlist and I'll put on this playlist and I'll read the chap. I only wrote one chapter. I'll read the chapter that I wrote, um, and see how I feel about it.
Good plan.
I do like the first line. This is the first line. I'll put it in the chat.
If you guys are
When you grow up, you want to be
lurking,
decaf productive. Oh, sorry, good.
no, go ahead, decaf. You want to be decaf productive? What?
I just saw Rebecca's message of wanting to
Teach
grow
us
up
all.
decaf productive. Um, what is decaf productive? Right now I am uploading up to 5 videos a day. Um, working on the podcast episode every 2 weeks. Making thumbnails for all of those, and then doing 5 live streams a week. I realize it as I list out that it sounds more impressive than it actually is. Because so much of it is just like cutting out dead air here and there. And I'm like so behind on so much of it. It's there was an issue of my bank the other day that like actually deleted a lot of my raw footage, and thankfully I was able to like save it through YouTube instead. Um, but it also messed up my whole timeline of like of this entire week specifically, where I only uploaded um like 2 videos every day or 3 videos every day instead of the usual number that it's supposed to be. I'm really trying to like, oh, woe is me. um, okay, maybe, maybe actually I'm doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Am I editing those too? Yes, of course. I always edit my videos before I release them, even if it is just a simple edit of like cutting out dead air. Not even if not necessarily adding all the visual and like audio things that I do. At the very least, I'm always cutting out dead air much as possible, because I if it's just like the raw footage itself, because most of my videos are based on my live streams, then people could just like watch the live stream. It's the same like experience. But when my ethos is like, well, if I'm gonna post to YouTube, it may as well be like of a quality, even if that quality is like bare minimum. It's more watchable than the live stream that you have to like kind of hop around and find where you are. That and time snapping. Time snapping has been a thing that I've like really got into the past year of just like,
And
there
really
we go. If people really want to
appreciated.
get to specific things, yeah, go ahead, Lady Rights.
I was gonna say your time stamping is really appreciated over on the podcast channel.
Yeah, like I think half of my editing like work, the stage one editing is the timestamping in the actual video itself. because it is a podcast format, I realized, and I took inspiration from like other podcasts that I was listening to. I noticed that on Spotify specifically, they actually do the effort of what do you call this? Of putting those timestamps in the actual like baked into the video. At first, I was just doing it, in the description, but I realized, oh, it's actually like part of the video. So from episode one, whenever you see those like red and yellow, sorry, red and orange text, those are actually just me timestamping visually, and that's like that's half the edit, right? And the second half is the audio and the sorry, the first half. Sorry, first half is audio and timestamping. Second half is adding all the other visual jokes and visual like JPEGs and PNGs to like add to what you guys are saying. What was I talking about? Um, oh right, um, like timestamping. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So when I edit, it's always like that. Those are the things that I'm looking into. Is like at least dead air, and if it's something that is like being done in voice acting specifically or a special occasion, then I am doing timestamps. Um, if the let's play is just kind of like part 20 or 30 of a long let's play, no need for timestamps. People kind of get what's going on. I'm clicking on everything and being a completionist, you know. So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
ease up on myself there a little bit. But yeah, so when you say you want to be decaf productive, um, that I guess that is to someone who isn't an editor. My level of productivity is pretty good. Now that I say it out loud. So yeah, it's a good aspiration. I would not recommend it to anyone. But if you're adding a stream length video, doesn't it take hours?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, yes, it does. Um, but keep in mind that these weekend streams that I do anywhere between 10 and 14 hours, which means that even if I'm just making videos of half the stream, which is what happens, right? I don't make the I don't make any like videos out of the Minecraft streams, for example. So the only half that I'm doing is whatever game I'm playing after Minecraft, which is usually Reverse 999. And even with Reverse, I'm not necessarily like, making videos out of all of those streams. So maybe then it's just Sunday, Sunday where I have like the AI the Somnium Files game, for example. So that's like 6 hours of content, right? Yes, it takes me about another 10 hours to edit down those 6 hours of content, but that's six videos or five videos, right? Um, and then you combine that with all the other videos that I've created over the past at least 2 months. I usually like edit in a 2 month period range um, of like things that I've created. So I'm able to like very easily grab raw footage and raw content to then segment into those parts. So, yes, I am taking several hours, oftentimes like twice the amount of time to create whatever like edited footage out of those videos, but it is very simple. It is just like, okay, I'm listening for what's actually happening. I clearly stepped away from the computer at this point because I cut out that whole segment, or I'm not saying anything for a full minute and nothing's really happening on screen. Let's cut that out. Um, or maybe I've like been clicking on everything, but nothing new is like happening on screen, so I'll cut that out. And then sometimes I'll be inspired and I'll add like a visual gag here or an audio gag there that only people who are like actively watching the video will get, and it'll like blink if you miss it, so it doesn't really matter all that much. It takes me off like 30 seconds. And sometimes it takes like a full 20 minutes because I get um in the weeds about it. Um but yeah, it is a lot easier than you would think. And even with um short content I treat as like highlights. You will notice this in the podcast in Two Cats Writing, which by the way, if you're not so currently subscribed on the YouTube channel, here is the link to the podcast. Lady writes says sorry. What's up?
For, for sneezing in everybody's ear.
Okay. If you aren't already subscribed to the podcast, please do so.
Yes,
Um,
please.
the podcast requires a lot more of my focus. It always takes me about, I want to say, like 3 maybe 4 hours to like knock out a podcast episode. But that's because I'm doing it in two stages. Like I said, it's timestamping, adding in the music, and then the other half of it is adding in those visuals and sometimes animating those visuals, but only like keyframing because I'm not actually an artist. It's more just like moving the PNG on the screen to create the illusion of animation, which is still animation, but not the kind of animation that you would think of necessarily when you hear the word animation, right? I'm not like doing uh like whole cloth original work and then doing smear frames and moving to different things. No, I'm just like moving a PNG on a screen in different frames to create the illusion of animation, which is still again animation on its basic form. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes to short content, that's what I'm talking about here. ADHD always has to be like tempered a little bit to get to the main point. When it comes to short content, the reason I'm able to create 2 or even 3 videos of shorts a day, which that's why I'm making 5 videos a day, is because I always treat short content as highlights. Whether it be a music video of my own, meme edits, or the long form videos I do, or the podcast, it's really always, almost always, just like a highlight of whatever video was created like before, and then finding a segment I like and just making it a short. So I have the main footage on top and then my face on the bottom. Or in the case of the podcast, because it's two faces, just like MJ and Lady Wright's faces there, and then like that's it. That's the short. I don't even need to do much when it comes to the podcast shorts. I just like put up the title. What I'm looking to get into, um, and I think realistically, I would have to like not be working my day job to actually like do it, or be granted like a week long vacation. Is learn DaVinci Resolve, so I can actually caption everything. Um, or like have a caption program do it for me. But I feel like a one that would require again that week long vacation so I could learn DaVinci Resolve, and then I would have to resist the temptation of streaming the whole time. And then B, if I did learn DaVinci Resolve, um, knowing that I would have that skill set of being able to caption, I feel like my editing pipeline actually might get longer. I'm not sure like how much easier captioning is, but right now it takes me about an hour to caption a 5 minute video. Um, and I imagine that even if DaVinci Resolve is easier, maybe captioning would still be time consuming. So it would have to be my day job. It would have to be my full time job if I were to add captioning onto like um onto whatever I'm already doing right now. Um, so hey, if you want to help me, if you want to help us achieve our dreams of like being creatives for a living, MJ and Lady Rights are currently living that dream. I would also like to live that dream. Subscribe to the podcast so we can monetize it, and I can do this full time.
Pretty
Okay,
please.
that's my whole spiel. I
We
realize
would
MJ
like
has
decaf
already
to
gone
full time
into productivity
work
mode.
mode.
But like I caught that last bit just then I was like, yes, I was concentrating.
Mhm.
Um, but yes,
Yes,
I
please.
want you to be able to do creative projects you love full time.
That
That is my dream for you, for
that was
sure.
legitimately one of the first starting discussions MJ had as one of our mutual goals was to be able to make you full time doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can also support me directly outside the
Yes,
podcast.
please.
I have a YouTube channel and TikToks over there. I am so close to 500. I'm so close, guys.
Oh,
Um,
we can
I can't
Get
put up
over
ads
there
on
and sub,
500. I think I have
please.
to have like 1,000.
can't we
But at
do
least at
something on
500, I can have
that?
members so that people who are more lucrative um with their current funds, which is no one right now, but like later, um,
Uh-huh.
I can actually like have members so that not only can I create videos and like do this for a living, I can also properly pay all my collaborators. I hire on even even though I don't really have the funds right now, I'm making it an effort to set a standard as one of the reverse 999 content creators to actually pay as much as possible artists, musicians, and the voice actors I'm working with. Right now, I'm mostly paying an exposure, unfortunately, and I would like to pay my collaborators in real money. So you know, not only subscribe to the podcast, please also subscribe to my channel. And once I have members up, consider like consider. Oh man, it's so hard to ask for money.
I know. Yeah. No, it is. It is. It
It
is.
is.
I
Consider
get
becoming
It's
a
you.
okay. We'll
member.
ask for it on your behalf. Go contribute money and
Yeah.
subscriptions to Decaf.
Yeah. I've been the only reason
I'm
I
not
haven't put
sure
anything
I
in my
can
chat
like.
yet is I was busy subscribing from like other accounts.
I'm not sure
How
like
do
how
you?
much I can
uh
offer in the way of like benefits other than just like early videos until I have it as a full-time job. But maybe like concept stuff on like uh those tier things. I don't know, but please help me get to 500 so I can actually have the option of monetizing this as a livelihood and quit whatever customer service job that I've been doing. No offense to customer service work, but it is draining.
all right.
Asking for money is really the hardest part, right, Zoe? Plus, buy the books. Exactly. Go buy Lady Wright's book and MJ's books. Right now, they're the ones paying me. So,
Yeah, yeah. Buy our books so we can pay decaf.
I'm all for it. I won't complain. You'll see mine shopping up. Yep, they chop up in the chat below. Showing up in the chat
mhm.
below.
In a weird way. In a weird way, supporting us right now also indirectly supports decaf.
Mm.
Sorry, I forgot that stream elements doesn't always show up. Let me just copy that
Oh, why didn't that work on mine?
on all our chats. I mean, it shows up in mine, obviously. You put so many things in your plans of stuff to buy once you do get the money, most
There
of
we
which
Uh-huh.
are
go.
from content creators, right? I always want to support the content creators, so I make it a habit to like play those third-party games, even if I'm
Mm.
not necessarily playing it for very long or just doing the initial sign up thing.
Is still appreciated.
Yeah, like I legitimately played Raid Shadow Legends on to support one of my friends. Uh, that
You're
was a game.
so
Decaf
kind.
actually played, oh, what was that horrible game we played that I got kind of hooked on and had to be like dragged away, had to like forcibly stop myself from
No, that
playing
game
it.
was actually pretty good, I would say. I have no idea what the name was anymore.
It was better than, it was probably a better game than Raid Shadow Legends, but at the same time, neither of us would have played it as much as we did.
It's one of those kingdom builder games, you know.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was, what the heck was it called? You know what? It's better that I don't remember the name.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I legitimately got a little hooked on it
Hmm.
and like didn't I was gonna like give it up when my sponsorship was done and I didn't and I
Oh.
needed to. I needed to, but like I finally did though. I finally like was like, what am I doing? Like logging in.
Hmm. I mean, it is actually a legitimately good game. That game that you were sponsored by. Uh, the one you're talking about because it does have like a story and a good gameplay loop. But also the way they designed it was with gotcha elements and daily login. It is very
Yeah.
much
Mm.
the free to play model of like, well, we're not really charging you money at the end of the day. What we're really charging you so that you are incentivized to spend money
Right.
is your time.
Right.
Like,
The further you got, the grind to like hit the higher levels was
hmm,
so intense.
yes.
Um,
And so that's what was the actual thing of it is like, well, it's actually well designed. But also MJ and I had that sponsorship. Well, sorry, specifically MJ had the sponsorship. I was helping with it, and I think I got a cut of it for some reason.
Yeah, well, because you contributed so much, like you deserve. It was
Mm.
basically our. It became. It was tech. It was. It was officially my sponsorship, but it became our sponsorship.
mhm,
And then you did that with me too, and I appreciate you for it.
of course.
You like led the
Um,
chaos run into one of mine.
I
I
played that
appreciate
game as
that.
much as I could. I actually I could have done. I could have been a better. I wasn't able to get as far
You
as
were
I wanted
the
to, but I
higher
did hit the
tiers of
goal. Yeah,
reward.
I was not able to get to the higher tiers for Lady Wright's um sponsorship, the one that
it was just fine, and I am grateful. I'm gonna have to do another one here soon.
Yeah, let us know.
Um,
Then I can do a stream for it, and also just like play it on the side when I'm not like busy. And if it's a
I
match 3 puzzle, then you know my grandmother is on that. My grandmother, who is a lovely person and is very very old, but has so much free time because she's been retired for a long long time.
Mhm.
Like
yeah,
I
please
think
tell
was one
her.
of like the top contributors to Lady Wright's sponsorship
Uh
stream.
huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She got
and
to
I
like one
am
of the
so
higher
grateful.
levels, and like because of the way that the sponsorship works with Twitch.
Hmm.
Zoe, don't worry about the name of it.
I'm actually trying now
It's
because
very
now
similar
it's
game to that.
bothering me. Now it's bothering me that I can't think of the name
Okay, okay.
of that one. So I better look it up, otherwise my brain won't let it go.
It's in your
Uh
history, I think, in sponsorships.
I'm sure
So
we've
if you want to find
never
it there.
ever felt like that before. No
oh
one.
right, that's
Instead of
right.
looking up
So
the game like from your memory, because it is actually one of those like um not indie game per se, but mobile games, so it's harder to find.
yeah, it was a mobile game.
You may as well just look at your sponsorship history, and
Mm.
you should find it like pretty
Okay,
recently.
I'm looking for it. Let's find it.
Because you haven't done a sponsorship since then, I don't think. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well,
yeah, MJ, Lady Rights, and I have like done sponsorships, and like helped each other as best we can. But with that particular sponsorship that MJ is talking about, it ran for a whole month, and there was a lot of like, um,
it's actually a really good sponsorship.
yeah, it was actually really good. It like paid out really well,
Yeah.
and the game was genuinely good. Um, but also it had elements
King
baked
of
into it which
Avalon.
are
Yeah,
uh
that's right.
some may call predatory.
That's what it was called.
There we
King
go. That
of
was the game.
Avalon. Don't play it, you guys. Um, it was a really good sponsorship though. I did it because I mean like for me, we're like none of us are making like big bucks on sponsorships at this point.
Mhm.
Um, but like it was the highest paying sponsorship I'd ever had and I picked it it had a minimum payout, like it had a guaranteed payout. And then the goals were pretty the like at least the lower goals were pretty reachable for a
Mhm.
lot of people. Um and
And a
and
lot of you
so it
did,
was
yeah.
yeah, it was actually like quite a good sponsorship for me. But I'm sure if we broke down the amount of time that Decaf and I spent playing the game versus the sponsorship, it would not look so great. Um,
Mm-mm.
but if
Don't
I
start
had
over.
had like a bigger viewership, like if I had had more people playing it, like a lot more people, because we had a decent number of people going for like the low goals. If we'd had like a lot more people playing it, we wouldn't have been grinding so hard on that freaking thing.
Oh, I
Uh,
remember now. I actually was able to like have 10 people sign up in like real life.
yeah, you got
Yeah,
like
that was
people
part
from
of
your
it.
job to play,
Yeah.
and
I can't do it now because I work at home, but
right. Uh,
now I think about it. Oh yeah, that did happen.
yeah, no, there was a reason why Decaf got like a big cut of the of the payout. It was very much earned. It was very much like a sponsorship we ended up working on together, but which was a good idea. Like honestly, strategically,
Hmm.
because neither of us have gigantic channels, it was actually a good idea to collaborate on to like unofficially collaborate
Mhm.
on a sponsorship like that. Um, because I ended up getting more than I ever would have been able to get on my own, and then that way Decaf also got paid. Like, it was a good just for you guys if you're streamers and you're like looking at these Stream Element sponsorships, and some of them are obviously better than others. I think way more than used to be are offering like a minimum like guaranteed payout, which didn't used to be the case at all.
Mm.
But I think a lot of them are now because they've realized that a lot of people won't pick them up without that, especially smaller streamers. Um, I say worth taking them, but like uh, more than that, definitely worth doing what Decaf and I did, which is probably not officially sanctioned. I don't know. Like I don't know whether that's something you're actually supposed to do, but the way that we like kind of ended up making it like a sponsorship that we shared, and like I shared the payout with them. Um, because we were absolutely able to get more people playing it that way.
Yep.
For a small channel, like it's just really hard. Uh,
Essentially, rather than just like MJ promoting it by themselves, um, I chipped in, promoted it also, and then I got a small cut of it.
yeah,
There is okay, so when it comes to
a
sponsorships,
subcontracted. Yeah,
there are two
exactly.
factors that come into actually getting sponsorships. One is your average viewership above 10? I noticed that. Like I usually get sponsorships if my average viewership goes above 10, which is not very often. And the second one is, do you live in any of the countries that
Right.
maybe have better currency,
Yep.
which is not necessarily my country.
Right. Right. um, don't exactly have an audience yet. Yeah, but I mean, you could take one with a guaranteed payout that's
Yeah.
small, and don't and just and like see how it goes. Like you'll get as long as you follow the rules for the sponsorship, um, you'll get the guaranteed payout. So if it's worth it to you, like the minimal thing you usually have to do is play it for a certain number of hours on stream, and it's usually a very small number of hours. Like it's usually like
Yeah,
two
like
streams
2 or
of
3
2 hours
hours.
apiece or something like
Yeah.
that. Like you usually don't have to like the commitment, the contracted commitment is low. So it's like a stream or two for a certain number of hours, and then for the length of the sponsorship period, you keep like a banner up, or you keep like a thing in your about. Like each one will have its own rules, but the actual commitment is very low. Like Decaf and I went all in. We were playing that thing like every freaking day. Like we were
Mhm.
like that. Like you don't. We were doing that because we noticed that the payout seemed very doable, like more than usual,
Yep.
and that we could actually reach higher goals. But if it's worth it to you to get like $20 or something, or 15 for playing a thing for like a couple of streams, like short portions of a couple of streams without much other commitment, you can like do that and see how it goes. Like, I think it can be worth it.
Mhm. At the very
But
least, take the ones that have like just the sign up and log in
yeah,
goals. Those ones are easy to like knock out. And the more you do of sponsorships and the better they do, the more likely you are to get more sponsors down the line. But
yeah, and you'll get better
mileage may
ones
vary.
that pay out better, and um
Like with MG and Lady Rights, I'm sure they have a couple that have kind of been floating out there. Um, I have not received any since my last one. I usually always take a sponsorship whenever I can because it gives me the opportunity to like fund a new project or be able to buy a nice meal.
and I
I am
haven't done one in a long
fully like
time. I haven't done one since King of Avalon.
I am fully like of the I have fully sold out. If Raid Shadow Legends ever like sponsors me, I will do that in a heartbeat. Um, no matter how bad the terms are. No, that's not true.
I think I've been
Um,
offered Raid Shadow Legends, but like probably at a really low payout compared to,
yeah, no, Raid Shadow Legends is really low payout.
uh, like I think it's a higher, you get, if you have a huge channel, like all the sponsorships are scaled.
Hmm.
The offers are definitely scaled to your channel size if you look on your stream elements. Um, so like the amount that I'm getting for a per sign up for a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship is not the same as like MTash is getting for
Yep.
Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. You know what I mean? But but I'm also not, like, it's still what I'm making from that is probably more money than I'm making from a stream, like an average stream, regardless. So uh
And with that though, talking about making money off of the things we love and our hobbies, um, MJ should get back to productivity. I kind of like pulled MJ out of the
out
stupor of it
of the
to
zone.
like, yeah, you were in the zone, and I pulled you out, unfortunately.
No, 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 no.
Back to the
Fortunately,
zone.
fortunately, it was an important conversation. Um, that I regret missing a lot of because
Yeah,
I
all
had
good.
fallen into hyper focus and didn't, and uh like on one hand that's pretty easy for me to do and that's great because I can do like productivity streams with friends like this, and like you guys can be talking and I can still get my work done if if I just like go into the zone. But on the other hand, um I can go into the zone and not realize that like a cool conversation is happening that I would want to be a part of.
Hmm. Now sometimes I'll just go back in the VOD and like listen in on whatever I missed.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna have to do today because I do want to know all the stuff I missed that led up to that last sentence that like pulled me in, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, Decaf is actually talking about like important future things. I wish I'd been listening to this because this was like stuff I would want to know about my friends.
Hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I get really excited when my friends are excited about work that they're doing and feeling like super motivated, and I don't know, like I want to encourage that as much as I possibly can. Like I want success for the people I care about. Success and happiness for the people I care
Aw,
about.
it is nice to be happy.
Yeah.
If only we could be happy more often, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what we're working on, right, Decaf?
Yeah.
We're working on being happy more often. And for our friends, we're working on like encouraging them to do things that might make them happy more often.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so MJ, go set up your sprint.
Well, and I wasn't officially in a sprint. I was just like, I'm gonna go read this, and then I started reading it, and then whoosh.
Yeah, that's how time works.
Can you hear me better, Angel? No, I switched headphones. My headphones died. And for
Yeah,
whatever
we can hear you.
reason, voice mod is what I'm using to kill the background noise, like the cats screaming. And I didn't think about this, but whenever I switch, suddenly I am not allowed to be heard or something because the app has decided it must take over all of my sound.
Hmm. Okay.
Hello,
No,
Mooncloud. Thank you so much for the lurk.
all good on the VC end. Did the chatter say anything? Yeah. Chatter's confirmed. Rebecca confirmed. There's a shout out to
But
theme in MJ's
not
stream? I
in
didn't know that.
mine.
No, I think it's not mine. I think that's Katrina's. Not I think that's the cat.
Oh, Katrina, not.
I think.
Hmm.
I've never heard anyone call Lady Wright's cat
Thank you.
before.
No,
So
I saw a
A lot
thing
of people do.
earlier as well. People were saying cat, cat, and I was like, they're talking
Hmm.
about, oh, they're not talking about me.
mm-mm.
Yeah, a lot of people call me cat.
Yeah, Lady Wrights. What's the shout out team about?
You can shout out anybody.
Okay, all right. I guess that is what it is. Yeah, you can shout out other people or yourself. There you go. Let's see. So right now, still working on the thumbnails.
Mm.
Admittedly, my hands weren't moving as much as they should have been while I was talking. But they were moving.
That's
Um,
still not enough, is it, MJ? Or is it Angel?
as of right now, I am working on the thumbnails. And my thumbnails, it's not like it's not like something I find tedious necessarily. It is just very time consuming compared to like editing somehow because of the way that I approach my thumbnail creation. Um, but it's very similar to like how I make shorts, right? Is
Oh, I
find the
want to
scene that
change
I
the
like,
background.
grab a still, and then screenshot that, and then put a bunch of text around it. Um,
Darken the
I'm not
image a bit.
like I'm not like commissioning new art for every single thumbnail or anything like that. But the problem becomes actually finding a moment or a shot that I like. And there is always that kind of like instinct to find a scene and that has like sentimental significance to the episode. But that
Hmm.
would actually require like watching the video, which is time consuming. So I try to make it a habit of like if it's something that is like a visual novel, instead of looking for a shot that is specifically significant for any specific moment, because that's not necessarily going to translate to anyone who just wants to click on the video. I just like find the
That works
characters
a little bit
now,
better.
screenshot them, and then put text around that instead. If that makes any sense.
So, you want to talk about something that makes annoying sense? Just because it crossed my brain as you're talking about thumbnails. I
Yeah.
went through and removed all of the thumbnails from Hotcats, and our conversion rate went up by a
Ah,
percentage or two.
that's kind of sad.
Mm,
But I guess the readability of those thumbnails, um, maybe was
I'm
like
not sure.
not,
I'm not sure it
or
was just the
something about the
readability.
color combination.
Yeah, I think it was Cypher who said that it makes them think of children, like a children's,
Ah, okay.
like that's what we were doing was like a children's intended kind of thing.
Hmm.
And obviously it wasn't our goal.
So the coloring and style of it made people think
Yeah,
uh
kiddos.
didn't grab as people or the right audience necessarily.
Hmm.
Okay. No, I guess I can see that. Um, so you're using the auto-generated thumbnails then of just like
For
picking
now.
out one of the scenes. Okay, at
Yeah.
least for now.
Until
Until you
I
can figure
can,
out like a different scheme.
yep. And it gave us, like I said, a whole percentage difference on the click through. So I'm still trying to aim for a 10% click through rate, but we're not there yet.
Not there yet, no. Title is swallowed by the image. Exactly, right.
Yeah.
It can be hard to read. That's one thing I noticed about thumbnails is that I always have to like blow up the text as much as I can because the thumbnails on mobile it's like surprisingly easier to read, but on PC and on TV it's so important that the text is like um the height of it is like 10 or 20% of whatever like resolution size you're using, and then the width is as far as you can go, right? But it's more the height that's the like main concern there. So right now, yes, I'm using MS Paint. to make my thumbnails. Um, and I have it at 72 pixels, but then oftentimes I'm like shrinking down the resolution to 960 by 540, so that instead of appearing as 72 pixels, it appears as like 100 and I've got the exact number, but like um, clear enough to read, and then also kind of what you're mentioning here about darkening the image, light text on dark background so that people clearly know what's happening and it's grabbing. Um, Game Theory is like one of the inspirations I have, and they have their own like font and everything, and they're I'm kind of aping their style, um, where they use like light green text. I'm using light blue on contrasting background. There's a whole like there's all like interesting theory about thumbnail creation behind like don't put too many faces on screen. If you have text, make sure there's only like 2 or 3 lines of text. Any more than that is just like white noise for people. Um, and then there's a whole thing about the relevance of the thumbnail, um, and of course clickbait. But we're not I don't think anyone is like any one of us like excited to do clickbait. So for the most part, it's more the previous things I mentioned of like readability and just like attention grabbing without relying on clickbait.
Okay,
The reason
does
I'm using
that
MS Paint
work
is
better,
oh sorry, go ahead.
Angel? To make the last bigger and the key below the word last.
Mhm.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Ah, Rebecca says it's like making book covers apparently.
Hmm.
I would
It
not
is. It's
know. I
exactly
don't
what
make
it
book
is.
covers.
It's exactly like making book covers. You have to
Ah,
know your thumbnail is your wrapper for the video.
mhm.
That's
Exactly.
exactly.
I think
Um,
I'm not familiar with book
um,
cover creation, so
that's what I'm working on in the
Y-
in the chat. That's why I was asking Angel. She's like, she's this is what she does.
mhm.
Besides the crazy people who've been using it, and she knows I use a tool that's not always as great. So at least I have when I'm in a hurry to get something out, I do. And so she's given me valid and appreciated assistance with some of it.
Mhm.
Mm. But yes, Rebecca, they're very, very similar. The goal is to catch the attention and make it clear what the video is about enough to get them to click on it. Yeah, there's absolutely an art to it. You can't see
So
decaf
yeah,
stream at my window?
right now with the podcast, you've removed the previous version of the thumbnails and are working on new ones.
Hmm.
And surprisingly, without the thumbnails, the click-through rate is slightly better.
Right.
That is surprising.
No, it
And the
just
reason I'm using MS Paint in my thumbnail creation, it's less of a power move and more of I'm just too lazy to learn a new program. I know that there are like better programs out there for art and thumbnail creation. I just like I've been using MS Paint for the past 15 years and I have yet to actually find one that um lets me paste images in the same way.
mhm.
Like easily. Yes, I've been on YouTube for 15 years. And I've been creating videos for about that long. Um but I've only really gone back into video creation like 3 maybe 4 years ago. So even though it says that I have a bunch of videos, it's not as many as it could have been. If I had like continuously been uploading since 2010 or whatever year I started like on YouTube. What could have been, and what is now, and what we plan to do in the future. Your concept for a thumbnail right now, Zoe, is that for any game you play, just take an image from the Steam page for that game and using that. Yeah, that's perfectly valid. That's what I did at first too, and then after a while, I started like taking screenshots of my actual footage. You can't even see what I'm working on in my video. Oh, that's because it's on Chrome. Hang on, let me actually.
Okay, so this is a little separate, real quick. So you had mentioned that if it's not paying you, it's not worth it as far as your hobbies go. You don't get better at something if you stop doing it, and you don't get to the point of being able to be paid if you're not doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just something to think about. Obviously, you got to do what works best for you. You know, like Decaf is talking about, you know, what could have been. When I say I only have 67 books out, a lot of people get all, what do you mean only? Well, I've been doing it for a decade. And in my
Mhm.
best years, I'm putting out 10, 12 books. Sometimes I have to go back and double check again because I don't always remember. But um, it's a thing that when you've been doing it for a while, for me, it's an only. It's not
Right.
an oppressive thing because I know I can do more. I've had years where I don't release it.
It is the whole like paradox of like what I've put out into the world versus what I uh like ambitiously want to have be out in the world already. that that is one of the my big ethos of um when it comes to source of happiness, ambition is not the best source.
Yeah.
It's a good source, don't get me wrong. It shouldn't be your only source of happiness because the thing
Mm-hmm.
with ambition is that the goalpost is always moving. No matter like how small you set that goal, the oxytocin in your brain, oxytocin, adrenaline, and serotonin or dopamine in your brain that you
Mm-hmm.
get from achieving a goal, um, is both the most fleeting and also the hardest to get to in terms of like happiness sources. So good food, time with friends, and a routine is a much better source of happiness than
Mm-hmm.
achieving something. Although achieving
Agreed.
something is like is quite a good um like feeling
It's a
to
nice
have
thing,
for sure.
but it shouldn't be the necessary thing.
Yeah. The thing about achieving something is you only get that hit, for lack of a better word, once. After it's out there and you're like, well, that's the universe now. That's not mine anymore. Also, I made the MS Paint program a little bit bigger so you guys can see it a bit easier. So you can see what I'm working on for anyone who's curious.
That works a little bit
Maybe I
better.
should work on the catalog first, but you know what? I'm already here, so I'm gonna keep going. I got 70 thumbnails to go through, but that's not actually the number because it's actually just double checking. Like half these to actually make sure I did put a thumbnail on. I'm only behind on most of them, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. It is okay.
But it is two for what I'm doing. So I'm doing the actual thumbnail itself, which you guys can see on screen. And then on the screen you can't see, I am also making sure I have an end card. Um, so I've had the same end card for about well, the same amount of time I actually started like getting back into video creation, which is just me singing "Ring Your Bell" by what's her name, or "Ring My Bell." Anita Ward, yes. It's just me saying "Ring My Bell" with um like a little chibi version of me that's been like drawn by a friend of mine, and that is like a quick couple seconds so that it leads you to either subscribing or to the next video in a series or the best video like YouTube recommends. The only problem is you can only link to a future video if that video is, um, posted. And because of the way that I schedule out my uploads, I always like upload. I try to schedule them out at least 1 or 2 days in advance. I don't always, but I try. The problem is you can't do an end card with the future video unless it's already out. So I kind of always have to set a day when I do end cards. And then if it's like this case where I'm like super behind on my thumbnails, then I kind of don't do the end cards either. And so it's just kind of twofold of the things that I'm doing here of like uh getting that out, making the thumbnail, and then also linking the end card to the next video in the series, or so people can find the next video that they would like to watch on my own channel, which is like a short, small thing, but also something that's easily forgotten and like falls by the wayside because it is a very menial task. If that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Sorry, let me catch up here with chat a little bit. I realize it's been moving a lot. Um, oh, you opened my screen to make it bigger. Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Um, Zoe says, I maintain the stance that MS Paint is a power move. Okay. You listen via MJ and watch Katrina's. Ah, okay, okay. No, that's totally fine. So for those who aren't aware, in case you're worried about supporting any of us specifically, one of the good things about the shared chat system, and that's something I always check on to make sure it's still the case, is that the average viewer count is based on all members, and then ad revenue is not based on like how many people are actually watching the ad. It is based on average viewer count. So whether you're watching on MJ's stream, Katrina's stream, or my own, um, whenever an ad plays or what the frequency of the ad is, with the average viewer count of all three put together, that is what comes out in the ad revenue. So, one of the ways that I'm able to like monetize my hobby here, just to like give you guys a peek behind the curtain, is whenever we do these collab streams, I actually make more on ad revenue when we're collaborating versus when I'm just like in the same VC as them but not sharing chats. Which is why I'm always like asking people if they want to share chats too. Is aside from like
Hmm.
having you all be able to interact, also it is better for being able to commission you art, emotes,
Hmm.
um, pay musicians and artists and everything for the creative products we do and all that. So thank you. Wherever you are, don't worry about like having all three tabs open. It is appreciated and it does like improve the count or whatever, but it's not necessary to like um is Twitch listening. It's not necessary to watch the
I
ads.
literally have my ads set up in such a way if it were listening to what it tells me it's listening to. You remember when we were a kid, for some of us, and the commercials were that's when you got up, you ran to the bathroom, you got your food, your snacks, your treats, whatever you're going to grab, depending on what
Mhm.
stage and age and time. And that's when you talked. That's when you. But in during the show, you didn't. You were quiet. It was just not a thing you did.
Mhm.
That's that is the intention about how I try to use. I want my ads to be used. You see an ad? Good, go away.
Mhm.
Come back in a few minutes. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Although in this case with the collaboration, I can just be like, "Hey guys, an ad's playing. Head on over to Lady Rights or MJ instead for a little bit." You can match using anything but Adobe Creative Suite for all your things. It is expensive, but use things for it every single day. Yeah, it's part of the reason I'm not getting into Adobe is because I know how reliant you can quickly become on its like suite of tools, and then
Uh-huh.
how finicky Adobe is about taking those tools away
Oh yeah.
or charging you a premium to use said tools that used to be free. Um, like I've heard horror stories from people who are much more productive than me. Um, being like, I wish I had like made the switch over to DaVinci Resolve sooner, or to A Light Motion or Vegas Pro even. Um, I even have people tell me that sometimes they use Windows Movie Maker just for the purpose of like not having to deal with Adobe's practices, but also
Mm-hmm.
legitimately it is a good program to use. It's just that the like cost associated uh, has kind of made it a toxic relationship for a lot of like people I know.
Mm-hmm.
The UI change for MS Paint in Windows 11
I
is
don't
a
want
war
to
crime.
put key under
Yeah.
the under. So
Sorry, what's that about a key?
she's looking at Angel's looking at the cover. Angel's suggesting
Ah, okay, okay.
putting my title on 3 separate lines. And for some reason that thoroughly agitates my brain.
Tiny thing in the corner, now you see it. Mhm. Angel giving good advice out here. Thank you,
It
Angel.
it it, it is good advice. It is no.
Yeah. You don't have to follow all the advice you're given.
They can't really
Sometimes it's just like
go.
a subjective thing.
Yeah. I'm not sure they can go bigger without me totally changing the image and everything. Oops, grabbed the wrong thing.
Oh,
Oh,
Rebecca seems to be an extrovert.
we have an
Because Rebecca's
official
actually able to
extrovert.
call customer service and like spend the upwards of like 20 to 30 minutes to reach a human being who will actually help and discount back to one third the price. Holy cow. And then Twan says that proves the price is arbitrary and they just price yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Or sorry, suggesting allegedly. Sorry, for legal reasons. Allegedly. Canva for drop and play. Yeah, Canva's actually pretty good too. It's the PowerPoint like slideshow creator.
Mm-hmm.
Ads are bio breaks, yeah. Gosh, even getting cents from Twitch ad revenue activates your dopamine, right? Um, and because I tend to do like longer streams compared to most other folks. Um, I actually make a good amount of money compared to like my day job. Not enough to like replace my day job. Obviously, I'm still working my full time job, but enough for me to be like, hey, I have money to commission an artist or commission um like other people to help me with projects for music videos and voice acting and everything. Yay!
Does that work?
And I've been getting more into collaborating with other people, which has been a ton of fun.
Yes. I love the collaboration.
Mhm.
Yes. I'm like half in the conversation. I just heard collaborations are good. Yes.
Words. I like those words.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Also, hello Twandrine. I like responded a couple times in the chat, but um I totally missed Twandrine coming in and I wanted to say hello.
Hello, Twan. The Earth says hello.
That's because MJ is MJ is deeply immersing themselves in projects here. Like I'm looking at a few. I'm looking at the house book. I'm looking at the other short story. I'm looking at the novella.
MJ is assessing the
MJ
next
is also
path.
has a thing on their stream called a writing sprint. Um,
Except I haven't been
For
using it,
writing.
but
oh, you're not using it right now? Oh, okay, then
no,
never mind.
I've just been
Mm,
fully
immersed.
in here. Yeah, I haven't been doing the sprints. I've just been
MJ's doing what I
um
do.
I'm just kind of looking over all these projects and like seeing what pulls me in.
Mhm.
but then they are pulling me in a bit. I'm doing a lot of thinking, a lot of heavy thinking, and that takes me out of the present.
When I'm
It
doing
Whatever works.
graphics, I talk more than when I'm writing or researching. You'll see me disappear like MJ's doing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, Zoe. Okay, let's kill back over here. Really kill that. Wonder if I could add just the little plants things. Oh, if I search for apartment moss or apartment plants, and what I'm getting is tree moss. That's totally the same concept.
Live moss.
Where did I?
Okay, it is already 8 p.m. for me, which means we've been streaming for about 2 hours. Which means at some point in the near future, I will take a break.
I hear good things about breaks.
Mhm.
I will be
At
taking
least
mine.
once a stream here, we want to take a break here. I'm gonna be doing like another 8 hours of stream, so at
I
least
hope
one
you're.
break should be good.
I hope you're doing more than one. I will be taking mine right when I go leave for we're gonna do coffee. I'm going to do coffee with Dad this morning.
Ooh, wonderful.
Oh, I could just put a key in the background. Right.
Okay, I finally hit that like uh thing here where one version of Past Me had the sense to actually make a bunch of thumbnails already, even though I was behind on thumbnails. I was like, you know what? It's not going to get done if I don't do it. So I'm just like doing end screens for a little bit. So that knocks out a lot of what I'm already
It's
burned by.
awesome
And there
when
we go.
past
Okay.
you is thinking about future you.
Yeah. It's like you have the time right now. Do it right now.
If you could figure out how to
Don't.
convince past me to start thinking about future me, go for it. I have no idea how to do
Yeah.
that yet.
A lot
Not
of a lot of it is
consistently.
just like um when I'm in that state of like, but it's not in sequence. I just have to remind myself, okay, then I have to leave something for future me to do so that it's like still going to be checked on. So like I do half the work if not the entire work. Um if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Kind of lightening that load a little bit. Um so even if I'm not so even though I do the thumbnail in that video, what I don't do is the end card.
Mhm.
Like leaving myself a simple task to do so it still feels like I'm getting something done or it's still something that I have to check back in on. And lo and behold, it did happen. Okay, but this one has no thumbnail, so back to it. And to all the folks who are making the effort to leave comments on my videos, even though they are like part 40 or 50 in a series already,
Mhm.
I know exactly who you are, and understandably, you probably haven't been watching the beginning, but thank you anyway. It does help the numbers.
Some of us, even when we
I
watch
appreciate
it,
you so much.
we're watching it from the beginning. We don't remember to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone says something and they're like, your brain clicks and you go, oh, yeah, I should do that. And then you start doing it to everybody that you go to.
Yep.
I'm so torn. Like all these projects are kind of pulling me in. Of course, I opened up like three more of them.
Mm-hmm.
I have Robot Boyfriend novella, Housebook, which is probably the last thing I should work on, the Tancredi and Clorinda story, Dream Brother adult rewrite, or I could try sneaky rewriting it again as YA, and then try to spring it on my agent. Like ha 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 ha. I have the time loop story and
I like
this
time
other
loops.
thing that I was calling early music ghost camp.
Is it a prequel?
Nope. Totally separate kind of ghost story that in the pitch is still called Untitled Paranormal Mystery. Still welcome in. Make it all one story. I don't think so. Do them all at once.
Hi, Sel. Nice to meet you. I'm Decaf. I'm new here.
Epic poem thing. Don't make me bring out my Rune Guard poems from 2021.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Zoe says, you're honestly hoping that with enough sense, you get enough people to actually withdraw the payouts. Yeah. Like once you get above a certain number of average view counts, the ad revenue is not insignificant. Um, so it does happen a bit more often. But I find that most of the payouts are powered by people actually subscribing, um, which is not the best because Twitch gets so much of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something that you can do to like. It is seems to be the best way for like people to support you on Twitch right now. Unless you're like buying MJ's book or buying Trade Rights books directly, then Twitch doesn't get a cut of any of that.
Zoe, do you see
And
the
then,
timers that keep posting in my channel? There's a reason for it because I don't remember to ask people to like, follow, and subscribe.
mm-mm.
And on the podcast, we kind of depend on Decaf to do that for us.
A little bit.
We've been trying, actively making an effort to remember to ask people.
I am a sellout. Yes, this is true.
Mm.
Let's see. Rebecca says, "Hey, I watched all of Critical Role from the beginning when they're about 5 years in, and every time a new book in one of my favorite series releases, I listen to the entire series for that new one." Rebecca, same. But also I haven't. I'm not into Critical Role because I know that if I start, much like with playing Hollow Knight or other like big like long span creative works or whatever it might be, once I start, I will not be satisfied until I get to either caught up or to the end of that piece of media. So like I get it, but also if you do that with my channel, I guarantee you, it's not all gonna be worth it, and I do apologize for that. I have, I just got a cursory look here. 1,500 videos. Um, Now to be fair, about a third of those are YouTube Shorts. So that's like not much of anything, but that's still about 1,000 hours of content. Just saying, which I know is not like a lot compared to a lot of anime these days, but still, buyer beware. But you're not buying anything, so live service game beware, because again, I said this earlier, most live service games are not in it to take your money; they are in it to um, get your time, and then they're incentivized. You are incentivized because of um, your time investments to then spend money. Simply do all of them at once. Exactly, Twen. When I edit, I'm also playing like a gotcha game. And then I'm also listening to a podcast. I'm catching up on my weekly podcast. And I'm also working on thumbnail art at the same time when I'm off stream. When I'm on stream, I'm trying to only do like maybe two of those things at the same time. In this case, talking while doing the thumbnail art and the end card. So I guess that's three things. Before, when I was playing Genshin, I would also be editing while playing Genshin on a different screen. I can't really do that with Reverse because Reverse is a visual novel game. Um, so like if I'm editing and I'm doing the Reverse at the same time, it has to be like a combat based thing. But with MJ Late Rights here, I think I'm able to entertain you guys with our banter, so that's fine already. No plot, just this happened, and that
We
happened,
like
and that
banter.
happened. They finally uh in a Achilles Odysseus home and died. Yes, that is the Odyssey. Just like put them all into one story, like Sil said. Yeah, let's go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying we like banter.
Yeah,
Banter is
I
fun.
tend to not ask people to subscribe. It is a whole thing, but you gotta do it,
Mm.
otherwise people don't know to do it. Hey everyone, if you're watching on Twitch and later on YouTube, I'm not streaming YouTube right now, but later, don't forget to subscribe and like and follow and leave a comment. Get in fights and comments because it helps the numbers for some reason. Uh, people are weird, yes. Rekka says, but book buys are one-off. Subs are every month. And that therein lies the problem, Rebecca. Therein lies the problem. Because every business has realized that subs actually are better for profit. And so every business, even business that don't have no business getting into subscription models, is trying to go into subscription models. Adobe. Um,
Mm.
Xbox. Um,
Huh.
Yeah, I'm
because why
thinking.
make a console when you can have a Game Pass? Not on anyone in particular. Like realistically speaking, um, a regular person would play maybe like 5 games, 5 new games in a month. Um, what are you doing? You're trying to like get us to buy premium content and free games, quote unquote. But
Mm,
unless you're a streamer or content creator, you're
you're
not going to
not.
be playing those extra
No,
games. It's just not going to happen.
I am
You're
a.
only getting the Game Pass for most folks for games you actually want to play specifically and
Mhm.
online play, which, is usually free in most
Or
other
should be.
platforms. Or should be.
Ah. We have a cat.
Mhm.
We have a demanding big boy cat.
Sil says Hollow Knight isn't that long. Not the way I'm going to be playing it if I ever play it. Not, you misunderstand, Sil. I'm a completionist. So when I say you will not see me if I start playing Hollow Knight, uh, trust me when I say, trust me when I say that it is not out of like,
The microphone's not going to pick
it
you.
it is not just out of like me being bad at the game because I am, but also because I will fully commit to um doing most everything I possibly can if there's an achievement attached to it. And getting every possible ending and talking to every single NPC and maybe documenting a couple of those things for content and then making videos out of it. And then, it is a whole thing. So when you say 100 hours of content, that translates to a little bit more when you're like doing everything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And also being bad at the game. You know that scene where Data is listening to three songs at once and Picard or Riker comes in and what is that awful racket? That but decaf. Yeah, pretty much. Guess what dumb thing happened to you yesterday, Fan ass? Subs are just free money. Yeah. If I have fun, it's just a stream. Getting that feeling back in moments like right now. This feels like how it was last year. Yeah. Xbox Live used to be a good deal. Yeah, it's almost like they like had
Hi.
reasonable and cheap prices at the start so that people would become reliant on
Can you
the
stay here?
subscription so that when they raised the price they had no other alternative because
Mm-hmm.
all their saves and all their data was like intrinsically tied to the service. Huh. It's almost like they were operating at a loss
Wait, I missed
to make a huge amount of
Star's
profit
message.
later. But that can't be it. No.
No,
Corporations aren't evil.
and they're definitely not plotting. Half the time, they don't have much sense. What's
Mhm.
the writer's favorite breakfast? No, Darth. No, just no,
Good one, Darth.
no. I love your joke, but that one, I watched somebody actually share a picture of synonym buns, and it broke me. It broke me. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It broke me. So, no. I love your jokes. No.
Okay,
No.
I have an interesting problem I only spotted now because I'm doing these thumbnails. Is that
Uh-oh.
I accidentally uploaded
Bing.
one video twice, and I'm gonna go ahead and delete that now.
Stanley, you're evil. It's gonna irk me for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go have coffee with Dad and I'll be whining at him about it.
Darth made a pun.
And then Zoe
Again.
had to make it worse.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe he's
Horrible.
done this.
My chat is evil to me. And I love every one of you for it.
Alright.
But no
It's gonna
synonym
look a
roles.
little bit strange.
Trying to decide if I was okay. I don't know why I'm looking at the early music ghost camp.
Because
As
it
you do.
tickles your brain.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide. So like the premise is it's like a very common type of premise.
Okay.
Like there's been a million stories that basically have this in it where um there's a group of people that are, one by one like being like, being inhabited by like either like ghosts from the past or something, like trying to like
Mm-hmm.
reenact where the ghosts or whatever the thing is. One of my favorites is actually of this type of story is the manga Please Save My Earth, where it's not
Mm-hmm.
ghosts, it's like the the teenagers in Please Save My Earth are the reincarnations of these um like group of people who were like stuck together on a space station. Like
Oh,
but regardless, whatever the type of story is, in this case it will be ghosts. Uh the the entities possessing the bodies are trying to reenact like a tragedy from the past, and either to make it turn out the same way or make it turn out differently or something like that. So it's that premise that's been in a million different stories.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to figure out, so in this case it's ghosts, and they're like teenagers at an early music camp, and I'm trying to find the perfect piece for them to be working on, like Baroque opera or other like early music, even could be pre-Baroque even, that would have themes that would fit in well with it. Like I was originally thinking Monteverdi's Orfeo, because that's, Orpheus. Uh, but I'm like, is there something better? I'm like, what's the plot of Handel's Orlando? Like, where out
How
is there something
mysterious
that
it takes you to.
thematically
Wonderful.
where the piece that they're working on? I was also thinking about Purcell's The Fairy Queen, which is basically Midsummer Night's Dream.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Um, which I guess because Midsummer Night's Dream has fairies in it and it has like magic. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm coming up blank. I can't help you there.
It's fine. Understandable that like folks in the VC in the chat might not be like, "Oh, I have a internally in my mind a catalog of Baroque operas to."
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, according to Timothy Chalamet, uh, opera and ballet are not as interesting, which is like all he meant to
Sure.
say.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
Pe-
Right.
are not as like not as interesting, but rather all he meant to say was like people aren't as invested in going out to see ballet and opera as they are movie experiences. But people misconstrued that as ballet and opera are not good somehow. That was really funny
The
because of all the things that were
advantage.
happening around it.
Right. 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 Of course. Um, the advantage of either the Fairy Queen or Orfeo would be that most people, or like more people, are likely to be familiar with Midsummer Night's Dream or Orpheus
Right.
and Eurydice than a lot of other sources.
Hmm.
Because by their nature, people actually know what those are.
Right. Those are like so much in those stories are so much in the pop culture that people know it. Um,
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is forgiven. You
exactly.
know,
Exactly.
one of my favorite sound tests is that phrase. And yet, I have never, uh, and this might be a surprise to some folks because I've been talking at length about like creative and things. I have never actually seen a production of Midsummer's Night's Dream.
Really?
Ah.
I've been in
Nope,
one.
Not even like a movie?
nope.
Wow.
I know a lot of the lines, and
I'm
I've
sure I
kind
can't
of
remember mine.
at one
Have it
point when I was young, I read the screenplay with no context of like what the actors are supposed to be doing on stage. So I just kind of
right,
had to like
right, right.
put it in my brain, imagining uh a donkey, a
There is
fairy,
a donkey,
and a
who's
guy.
there's a donkey who's actually in the cast of Reverse 1999, which I love
Yeah, Nick
so
Bottom is right.
much. Um, well, what's
But
interesting
like
about the
having
Fairy
to
Queen
imagine that. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, what's interesting about the Fairy Queen is that the way that it's performed is you do a production of Midsummer Night's Dream, and the part that is Purcell, the part that's the Fairy Queen, is like these musical interludes, these like long interludes that are set like before and after specific scenes. These masks that are set during Midsummer Night's Dream. So you're performing Midsummer Night's Dream plus
Yep.
it's like an add-on to Midsummer Night's Dream, the play, is you're also doing the Fairy Queen. Um, and
There are things you miss out on not actually watching production for sure.
have okay, have you had it side loaded like watching Dead Poet Society where the character is
Oh, I
in
guess
a
so.
production of Midsummer Night's Dream playing Puck?
I did watch that Poet Society, I suppose. Yeah, maybe
I
that's
feel like
like
you've experienced like
my point of
You're not
reference.
little
even logged
bits
in. What are you talking
A
of
about? My
little bit,
session
Midsummer
sure.
Night's Dream.
expired.
I love musicals, but also I have seen very few like actual musicals outside of movies and listening to the whole album. Like Sweeney Todd, for example.
Mm,
Love to death. I have only ever seen Slime Tutorial high school production on YouTube, listen to the
mm,
album and the movie, and that's how I'm able to like absorb the story and
right.
the settings. And I understand that maybe that's not the best way to experience it. Wicked, I have never seen, but I was able to get to know at least a version of the story through the movies. And so when I said to my friends, Ariana Grande did a good job as Glinda Good Witch, and they were all like, "What? She's nothing in comparison to who was the actress who played Glinda Good Witch in the Broadway production. I always forget. Chenoweth? Chenoweth, I
Oh,
think is her
Kristen
last name.
Chenoweth, yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was in a show with her before.
yeah. And I'm just like I have no point of reference. I just like I like this performance. I don't want to tell you. It's not that plays aren't done in my country. It's that they are, but they're so expensive. Like half my month salary would be gone if I were to actually go and watch a musical here or any kind of like stage production. And I desperately want to, but also I don't have the kind of money to burn, you know?
Right.
So slime tutorial it is. But yeah, when you mentioned sorry, going back to your point of like what do you reference here? Yeah, Night's Dream is one of those things that should be easy and accessible as a reference to a lot of folks.
Oh, Raiders.
Even someone like me who has like not watched the production knows what that is.
We have
Misa
Raiders.
Right.
Defantorum, welcome in.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Was
Welcome,
Misa
Raiders.
doing art
Welcome,
today?
Misa. Welcome, Raiders. Misa, what were you doing on your stream today? Hello, hello.
Writing and reading
Come in.
today. There we go.
We like writing and
Ah,
reading.
writing and reading. That is what we're doing. Two out of three people here are basically doing that for
Hmm.
our co-working.
I mean,
Welcome in.
a picture is worth 1,000 words, so
A short stream of reading some of the Hunger Games. Oh my goodness. Wow. So reading, you were reading specifically today.
mhm, mhm.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Anyone coming in with Misa's raid? I'll introduce myself and also the people in the VC with me. Hi, I'm MJ. I am an author. My debut novel, I Was a Teenage Death God, just came out in March. You can read more about it on my website. You can also buy the book at a retailer near you. Uh, I also play games. Usually Reverse 1999 and Minecraft are the games I've been streaming these days the most. And then I do productivity streams like this one where I work on writing projects or other things around writing projects. And today I am co-streaming with my friend Decaf Nvidia and my friend the Lady Writes, and you should check out both of them if you have not already. Um,
Lady Wrights is working
links in
on
here.
book things as is MJ. I'm just working on thumbnails.
Yeah, Kev's working on
Slowly but surely
thumbnails.
making my way through them. I had a bit of a roadblock here. I realized one of the videos I uploaded was the same video twice, and so I had to just now upload
Oof.
um, the actual video that should have been uploaded. Thankfully, I hadn't deleted it yet. I was going to after I did these thumbnails, but um, that is like three birds in one stone. It is making sure that the video is actually out, correcting the mistake, and then making the thumbnail, and also freeing up space on my poor hard drive, which has like um, one of the things I do to like remind myself that I should make a thumbnail is have the like video in my hard drive still. So as I'm like making these thumbnails, I'm also like making space by deleting those videos because they are now out there in the world and are no longer just in my head or on my hard drive space. They are in the cloud.
Oh,
This is my legacy. Um this is what makes me immortal, you know,
and
is that
Lady
these
Writes.
works of mine. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I just
Oh,
noticed that Lady Writes just got a raid as well. But
okay.
Decaf is immortal, and that's also important.
Yeah.
Oh
These are the
my
things that make us immortal
goodness.
is I if you don't have children
Right, right.
and even if
The
you
work we
do,
leave behind.
the work we leave behind is a way to like um kind of like leave an imprint of yourself on the world.
This is how we
And
live
so I'll
on,
be
friends.
remembered as the person who made way too many videos.
We're good with that. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Tiger. How are you doing, Tindar? How are things? How was the stream? What were you playing?
And
Are you only able to do 2 hours, Misa? That's still pretty good.
yeah, Misa and Misa's Raiders, if you need to get on with your day, your night, your or sleep or eat or whatever you need to
Nice.
do or lurk, please feel
Mhm.
free. We're all working here, so if you have work that you want to get done, you feel free to hang around with us as well.
Hmm.
Um,
And we love good company. So even if you're not working, you just want to chat, we are happy to have you. And
yes,
playing
just
Minecraft is
thank you so much for the
something a
raids.
lot of us enjoy, for sure.
Indeed.
It's a beautiful
Lady
thing.
Writes Minecraft stream coming soon.
The
Lady Reds
literally,
gets lured into our realm someday soon.
the
I joke,
only
of
reason
course.
I
Lady Writes
haven't
would
is
be
because
too distracted.
you guys will never, like, I won't get anything else done.
I
Mhm.
know that's the danger, isn't it?
Very
It,
fair.
it, it is literally the only reason.
Accidentally close the stream, Misa. It's okay. It's okay. And also there's a VOD if you want to go back and hear what Decaf said.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
Decaf was
wait.
talking about how the work we leave behind is what makes us immortal.
Yeah. I was reminded of that because of Tran talking about data. It's like, yeah, that's the thing I remembered from Star Trek. Was
Mhm.
there was a whole conversation about um legacy is like a way of like being immortal. Assuming of course we don't just like get the technology to become robots soon. Looking forward to it. I would like to be a helpful consciousness in the cloud. Though I know it's not for everyone, it's just me. And MJ, I think. MJ is also into becoming consciousness in the cloud. No, sorry. Specifically, MJ, you want robot body, right?
Well, no. Like ideally, I would like to be a disembodied consciousness that could
Oh, okay, so
inhabit a
that also.
robot body, but also like, flit around and inhabit whatever. That would absolutely be my preference. Would
Mhm.
be disembodied consciousness.
Then I
Robot Cat
volunteered with the
MJ
first
for
wheel,
sure,
second
Sarlacc.
AI. Yeah, Robo MJ. Let's see. I wouldn't be an AI necessarily. I guess a brain scan of someone is an AI. Huh. Yeah, I guess so. Sure, why not?
I don't know if that's like
What could
AI.
possibly
That's
go
like that's
wrong?
like that's like a what? Like RI, resurrected eye or
Yeah.
something or I don't know. There's actually if you guys haven't there's like
It would be if I'm still alive at the same time as the digital version of me is.
watch Pantheon. It's an animated series.
Click clack, typing on the keyboard. Don't mind me. What is Pantheon?
Pantheon?
Yeah, I thought you
Oh,
were gonna get the whole thing about it, and you just like went
oh
silent.
no. Well, because I wasn't sure what I was gonna say.
Check out Pantheon. Was it? That's how it felt.
It's an animated series. It's an animated series. It's really good. It's based on a bunch of short stories by Ken Liu, and it's so good. It's so good. It explores kind of what you guys were just talking about with decaf like having one's consciousness uploaded to the cloud basically.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's how do I want what do I want to say? It is heartbreaking and mind exploding and um I don't know, it's so well done. It's so well done. Watch Pantheon. I think it's out on what's the platform that we watch it on? Oh, I'm sorry to say Amazon Prime Video.
Well, hey, if you end up getting Amazon Prime Video, you can use it to subscribe to one of our channels.
Yeah, that is true.
Use your
Absolutely.
Prime sub. But note that it's not a recurring sub. You actually have to manually use your Prime every single time.
Which is actually
It's a whole
kind of
thing.
infuriating.
Yeah,
I did one of the
just a little bit.
6-month free Prime subs literally so that I could sub to somebody else's channel.
Mhm.
And I would go back and go and update, and it became harder, or it seemed harder to be able to do it to make it right.
So yeah, if you're going to
'Cause I
do
couldn't access
the
it.
Amazon Prime sub thing, I recommend doing it during a hype train. That's the easiest time to like remember. Oh right, I have this thing.
Mm.
Sorry, I should clarify. This is not an endorsement to start a hype train, guys. Don't do that. I Money right now, I think, is like something we all need to hold on to.
Yeah.
So maybe when we're in a less precarious position is when I recommend people do hype trains, but not right now. It'd be appreciated, but also, good lord, just like watch the ads. That's enough for us. Right, you have to
Unless you
subscribe.
feel like breaking the streamer, then you go over to Decaf's channel,
hmm
and you should
Here is
totally trigger
my.
one there.
If you want to trigger it here, here is my channel to do it in. There's the link to my channel, guys. Yeah, do it on that channel right there. That's the one.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I am making good headway. I know I am. Because I can actually see the lights at the end of the tunnel here. Of like, a lot of these are just double checks. I actually did do the thumbnails for these. So I just have to keep at it. It is a good feeling just like see that kind of task meter go down in your brain
Mhm.
of checking off the list. I have physical list too, but I don't put thumbnail creation on it for uh well, when you upload up to 5 videos a day, the only problem with that is at the end of the week you have anywhere between what is it, like 4 times 7, so uh math, 28. You have anywhere between 28 and
So glad somebody can do math.
35 videos to like double check at the end of the week to make sure you have thumbnails and end cards and everything. So if I individually itemized every single one in my like day-to-day checklist, um that's when the analysis paralysis would like set in. I can't do anything. List too long. Not good enough. I can't do it because I've left too much undone. But if I just like start on like one of these things, it'll be easier, but I can't because it's too intimidating. At that point, I would need like an actual intervention. It has happened like once or twice where someone had to sit me down and be like, hey, take a look at this. What if I just like, what if we check out a couple of these? Because you actually have done some of these already. So take it off the list. Is it doable now? And I'd be like, okay, it's doable now. There's like 5 less things on that list.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't itemize the thumbnails because um 35 like individual items on a checklist is a lot. It's a lot.
Only if you let your brain catch up with it.
Mm-hmm. It's one of
By
those
looking
ADHD
at
things,
it.
but it's also relatable to most folks.
Mhm.
Sorry, catching up with chat here a little bit. It moved it here and I missed something. Zoe says that my hidden document has like a massive list of tasks I need to work on that page, and every section I do now is like a relief to you, right? Good job, Zoe. Good job. Rebecca says, "Want to try the hype train anyway?" Yes, but all funds only goes to the specific streamer that you throw money at. So that's why you should like throw all your money at MJ and Lady Right, so that you're supporting them directly. Um, but the hype
And
train is shared in that the emotes you unlock are given to all of the collaborators are in the chat, and you can contribute to anyone's like channel to level up that hype train. Um, the benefit of it is that when hype trains start, I noticed that this about Twitch is that it actually recommends people who are following in the follow list to join in because a hype train is happening, right? That is one of the benefits there is, hey, there's a hype train happening in one of your like streamers you follow, go check them out. And gosh dang it, it works. So
okay.
yes, hype train can be shared while we're in shared chat. Exactly. Later said. As I said.
Can I just read something out
No, don't.
loud? Do
Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I not to be difficult, and I do this to I assault my poor stream with this stuff a lot. Always donate to decaf. Always. But besides the donate to decaf, I just need to read this out loud so I can hear this description and figure out what I need to fix. Feel free to jump in with contributions and brilliance that I know each of you have, because it feels kind of clunky to me. Frank Drosky is a landlord, not a hero. When his tenant of 12 years stops recognizing him, Frank starts writing things down. Walter Kowalski is 73. He's paid his rent on time every month for 12 years, never caused trouble, and always kept his keys on a hook by the door. Now it's January, and the newspaper on this coffee table is from October. There's a pilot light burning with nothing on the stove. Frank calls the right people, but nobody comes. And that still feels... There's more to it, but I'm stuck. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not sure if I can offer any insight though. It sounds pretty good already in my like layman's opinion.
Well, and I admit that I'm so distracted by trying to figure this thing out over here.
Yes, you do.
But the chat should be, I think, really helpful.
They usually are.
Actually, wait, I'm gonna clear my mind. Read it for me again. Read it for me again,
Okay.
Katrina. I'm gonna close my eyes and not look at the stuff that I'm researching on my screen.
Okay. Frank Drosky is a landlord, not a hero. When his tenant of 12 years stops recognizing him, Frank starts writing things down. Walter Kowalski is a 73-year-old man who's paid his rent on time every month for 12 years. He's never caused trouble, and he's always kept his keys on a hook by the door. Now it's January, and the newspaper on his coffee table is from October, and there's a pilot light burning on the stove with nothing over it. Frank calls the right people. Nobody comes.
So this is for like
This is the book
the
description.
back of the book, or yeah, the book description.
Yeah.
I feel like what I want more of is the what happens like that feels like the setup to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then so I feel like what I'm missing then is but when blah 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 blah, this is when he starts to figure out something, or like the sort of the hint towards how he figures out what's going on.
The hook.
I'm hoping how he figures it out, it's kind of clear in the indicators. It's just trying to take the next step.
So then, like, I guess I want an idea of what the action is going to be. Like, we know what the problem is. We know what the issue. We know that there's this like missing time, right? Kind of. So what are we going to do then? I feel like the hint, the thing towards them is like the towards that is what I'm missing in the description.
I hate that word. But I hate that one. Okay.
I can so relate to this.
The gears, they are turning.
Hate that word. Hate this word. Hate that word.
Because I don't. Okay, Nora, Walter's granddaughter, a night nurse who's been trying to protect, finally connects with Frank. Together, they navigate a chaotic past to finally find answers that work. I hate it. I hate all of that. I kind of like most of the other part, but I hate that entire section with Nora. It fits. It just feels. It doesn't feel the same. I have a love-hate relationship with my book descriptions. I have a love-hate
I
relationship with
understand.
everything after the end.
No, that makes sense.
Everything before the end is fun. The part that I hate tells you what you need to know. I guess it would, yeah. Okay. But it feels awful. Like, I'm not saying that this is the happiest story I've ever written, but I feel like it's a good story, or I wouldn't be trying to put it out. What's making it feel awful to me? It feels like there's a lot of run on, but I don't know how else to fix that. It feels ugh. But I don't know that how this is what happens when the ADHD and I'm assuming it's the ADHD in this case, they start clashing and pounding my head against the virtual wall, which will hopefully not lead to a literal wall. Hasn't done that in a while. Would be lying to say it never has. Yeah, I actually I am actively typing it up on the back of the book as we go. This is going up
Is
on
that
pre-order today.
this is why you need to say it out loud so you can like have a little bit of an easier time figuring it out. That makes sense.
Yeah. Because if I
It's the
stop with
process.
this one because it's such a atypical for me kind of story, I'm afraid that if I stop with this one, it won't get out, if that makes any sense. And I do think that this is a good story because even when, yes, that's exactly it. That's why it's going on pre-order as opposed to release right now. So I can decide what, if anything else, I'm going to do with it. This was one of those stories that when I went back and reread it as a short, it made me stop and think. And think beyond myself. And that doesn't always happen with your own stories. You often go back into the world you were writing in, which is exactly the motivation that's making me want to release this. And and so I'm afraid it's not as emotional as I want it to be. But that's another reason why it's going on pre-order as opposed to release right now. I think it's good enough to be out, but I want to make sure that the whole thing actually but I want the back of the book to do that, to be the emotional crux of the whole story. Maybe that's why I'm struggling with it.
Rebecca asked if you had the beta readers do their thing yet.
I've
And
only been able to get
Rebecca's asking if this is
one.
the back of the book.
Okay, they haven't looked at the back about the back of the book. I've only had one finally get back to me on the content. Oh yeah. But okay, this is where my ADHD works. When I am working with something, a genre that I haven't, if I had made this a sci-fi story, we'd be golden. We'd be golden. This is not a sci-fi story. And it's funny because even with fantasy, which is supposed to be a close cousin, I'm not very confident with. Poor Kirsten has learned that the hard way. It's anytime I do a story that is not sci-fi, there is no confidence there, or there is limited confidence. But this one, I'm confident it's a story that needs to be told. That it didn't just come out as just a random story that came out as my short story challenge. It has emotion and depth behind it. It's just not. It's not my usual, which is probably part of why I've only gotten one beta reader to get back to me because it's not my usual.
Mhm.
And I've only got a couple of beta readers who will literally read everything I write, which I appreciate them for.
So specifically,
Oh
this
yeah.
section has not been read by the beta readers yet.
Well, yeah, the book itself has been, but the description has not. The
Right.
elevator pitch um it's if you've ever navigated a system that wasn't built to help you, Frank's story will feel familiar. It's about doing the
Mhm.
right thing when everything that's right is working against you.
I mean, that's a pretty good hook. Pretty good pitch. Mhm.
I would hope, but
Yeah, Netflix would buy that for 2 seasons for sure. Or they would buy it for 3 seasons and then cancel it on the premiere of the second season, you know?
mm,
Okay, Rebecca here giving some good advice. Okay, so let me tell you the trick to
mhm.
30-word elevator pitch. If you include the aspects of this in 1-2 paragraph description, you should nail it. So 2-3 words describe the main character, 2-3 words describe the antagonist, the challenge even if it isn't the person, the conflict, whatever's getting in the way of having what the main character wants, needs, often because of the antagonist, an element of the setting, a hint of a twist. And since you mentioned the nurse, I'd count her as part of the main character. It sounded like a dementia story, in which case she is the part of it that doesn't remember but is trying to fill in the gaps. Does
She's
any of that seem relevant to you, Lady Wrights?
mm,
And while Lady Wrights thinks on
mm.
that, I am overdue on my break. I completely forgot that I was supposed to take a break
Go
quite a while ago.
rest.
Whoops.
Oops, I should probably be taking one too.
Be
But
right
I'll
back,
wait. I'll
everyone.
wait. I'll let
Decide
decaf
to
do break. Well, we
decide.
can rotate breaks. I'll let decaf go first, and then
Mhm.
when they come back, I'll take one.
That sounds perfect. And then I will dip out when you get back. because when I step away, I'm stepping away. I just wanted this part of it done before I do.
Yeah, yeah. I'm leaning
Okay.
towards Fairy Queen.
They're probably connected. Someone trying to help. Ready the system designed to work for them. For Walter. Um, but you collab with yourself? That's so Twitch. The dogs in this game are so cute. The little pup goes to mama to pee. Aw. Okay. A landlord, a nurse, and Walter. Oh. Take on a system intended to help, but designed to make your life difficult. Does that sound good? My beta reader said it's for readers who like their fiction straight. No flourishes, just people. Which I thought was kind of fun. Only I put it under one of my pen names because they don't want their name out there anywhere for anything. So that, that's going to look weird when people start connecting the dots. Yeah, I thought that was great too. I asked if I could borrow it and they said yes, I could use it, but I'm not allowed to use their name. It really is, Zoe. Hey, my best friend is incredibly awesome. They have just acquired for free display shelves for our store. I can do this. I can do this. Actually, I think we're going to go with Frank is not a hero. He's a landlord. I like that better. I don't know why, but I don't.
Hmm.
It is, isn't it? I love seeing how much it's grown. Now, if I could convince everybody to help me do a partner push. Which we have finally gotten to the point where we would qualify for is as a category. We all know I'm nowhere near what we would need for a partner push in reality. Sometimes doing what's right means fighting what's wrong.
I'm trying to think of a title for this. I don't know why I feel like I need a title, but maybe I need a title if I'm going to pitch it to my agent or anyone else for the early music ghost camp story.
And it's not a prequel.
I'm gonna put
Remember, you're dealing with a series addict, so I don't actually mean to push you in that direction, by the way. It's just me being silly. Okay.
All right, here's the wait, I'll do a lady writes here and like read you guys the pitch in case you have title ideas. So right now it's just untitled paranormal mystery. Here we go. Shadow knows the reason their parents shipped them off for summer was so they could fight with each other guilt-free. They only wish they might have picked a destination less geriatric than Dowland Woods, America's oldest early music camp. 8 weeks playing the lute with a bunch of rich kids is hardly Shadow's dream summer, but there is a certain vocalist who might make the torture easier to bear. When personality changes amongst a handful of campers spark rumors of a drug ring or even demonic possession, Shadow hopes things might finally get interesting. But when Shadow begins to identify blank spots in their own memory, they wonder if a boring summer might be better after all. Determined to save themselves and their new almost girlfriend from whatever bullshit terror has infiltrated the camp, Shadow begins to dig into Dowland Wood's well-hidden past, but the closer they come to uncovering the decades-old tragedy this year's campers seem on course to repeat, the more Shadow suspects they themselves are doomed to be the one who makes it happen. So here, I'll copy paste this in the chat. to me. There's the first part. In case anyone's got title ideas.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So why don't you just call it either Downland Woods or America's Earliest Music Camp, or both? Like title and subtitle thing?
There we go.
One. No, I guess that's...
Shadow is one person, Angel, Faye. Shadow is non-binary. I'm non-binary, so my MCs are always non-binary. Yeah, that's the thing. A YA, like supernatural mystery or paranormal mystery, needs to be a little, I don't know, snappier. Like I feel like the genre expectation is oh, good idea. Good idea, lady writes, to put that in the chat so we can like see it as text.
Well, thank you for the idea. I like this better, but I still hate it.
Who I want to know, I feel like I want more detail about who's trying to help. Angel Faye, if you're talking about mine, it's definitely not too long for this is a pitch for this is what I would send to my agent. It's basically query length for a pitch. If you're talking about mine. This is absolutely not too long for a query type of pitch. This isn't for readers. This is for I mean, I've sold books. Like, this is definitely not too long. Clarity, welcome in, welcome in.
It is a pleasure
Yeah,
to
this
see
is not
you,
an elevator
Clarity.
pitch. This is like query length. It's like the
Yeah.
pitch I would send to my agent, and similar to exactly what my agent would also send out to try to when if a book went out on sub. It's, if anything, it's short. It's a little short. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, I've been because I've kind of come down to, I was trying to searching through, because I've kind of come down to the Fairy Queen as the piece they'll be like practicing in the camp, and I was like going through the score looking for something I could steal from there that would be relevant, but I didn't find anything good. I can do the same thing by going through Midsummer Night's Dream and or the libretto from the Fairy Queen, which is basically the Midsummer Night's Dream or a Midsummer Night's Dream, and seeing if there's something I could pull out of there that would at least make a good working title, better than Untitled Paranormal Mystery.
Okay, so I put both sections in there. I'm trying to see.
Oh, excellent.
Um, I'm now on a time deadline. Okay. Mm. Well, it's in Walter's section, so I thought it being on Walter's. Thank you for the follow, Clarity. I hope you enjoy the book. It is a pleasure to have you. I would hope in Walter's section that it would be clear it's in Walter's coffee table. Frank is Walter's landlord. He's at Walter's house. They're in separate paragraphs. Twitch doesn't let me format it. And the paragraphs help clarify that sort of thing. Right. Right. Walter's the one forgetting things.
Liu the Rick, what a black blast from the past. Oh my goodness.
Hello, hello.
Welcome in. You guys please click the top of your chat and follow Liu the Rick. Welcome in, welcome in.
I have heard that one before. Uh-huh. Okay.
What? Leo the Rick? What? Oh, our mom. I see. Well, welcome in. What have you been up to? Yes. And Score to the Fairy Queen, but where was the libretto? Here we go. I just wanted to see if there's something pithy.
I am about probably going to end up having to put this down. I don't like that at all. I really, 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 really wanted to have this done before I left. I don't think it's going to happen.
Been messing around with gacha games. Leo the Rick. I gotta remind you, Leo the Rick. My mom is in the chat. Clarity, you got back into Genshin. Oh, by the way, I need to shout out Clarity. It's been a
Stretch.
while.
Right. We're supposed to
Please go follow the top of your
stretch.
chat and follow Clarity Cat Readings. Welcome in, welcome in.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back, Decaf. All right, this is now. I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna take a quick break, you guys. I will be back, and then it can be Lady Wright's turn to take a break.
Yeah,
Be
well,
right back. I hope yours was good, Decaf.
Yay. I had breakfast.
breakfast is good.
Thank you, Cat.
Let's see. We'll push the system. I can figure this out. I gotta figure this out. That's it. Nora and Frank will force the system to take them seriously while fighting her uncle for the right to do so. That's what we. There we go. I think that works better. Honestly, you're just getting going, Zoe. It'll be beautiful as people start to or going again. Right. Exactly. You've got it. No, that's honestly, that's a huge thing for a lot of people. And it gets you used to the comfort of being able to stream. And, as you're talking about doing things that don't make money, you're not going to make a lot without without someone in the stream, but you're getting used to it. Well,
I
if
don't
you
know.
don't
I'm kind of the
focus,
opposite. I do better when there's an audience.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. As you've gotten used to it, you feel a lot more comfortable with what you're doing. Zoe's not right there right now. It'll come.
That
Like
makes
it
sense.
will come. You just have to be here for people to come too.
Mhm.
I know when I first started, I'd often stream about 6 hours a day, and I usually had 2 or 3 people the whole stream for the
Dang,
first
that's a
couple
lot.
of weeks. Huh?
That's a lot. Dang.
um,
Holy cow. You had like consistently 2 or 3 people the whole time?
well, throughout the stream, I don't know about the whole time, but throughout the stream,
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
also
Not the stream. Right,
spent
that makes
2
more
weeks
sense.
before I went live harassing people and trying to figure out if I wanted to go
Ah,
live, and then everybody talking me into, no, really, you should go live. And so I finally did.
all right, if I'm going to do this, you got to be there though.
Right. And they were, which was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Check my email. Okay. I know I have a tab with my email open somewhere. No, I don't have too many tabs. But is totally not the reason why I added it to my Finch to-do list for myself.
Now I've gone into the habit of like not only doing tab islands, but to minimize the tab islands so they aren't always visible, which is like help my computer speed up significantly, and also put a little bit less strain on myself to be like, hey, look, there's a bunch of tabs that are open that maybe should work. I say as I'm currently working on like 20 different tabs of like the thumbnails. But like normally, I have a tab island for the podcast, and I have a tab island for streaming, and I have a tab island for YouTube videos, and I have a tab island for social media and everything. The social media one I almost always keep closed the entire time. But it's there if I want to access all my social media at once.
Ooh, Rebecca, I
Huh?
like a lot of your suggestions.
Yes, 4 browser windows and 4 monitors and
I
a
have gotten
projector.
down to 2 browser windows. I am proud of myself.
I could go for more, but I'd have to get more monitors and I'd have to get a stronger computer.
I need to get my other. Okay, so I might just send you just to get a second set of eyes when I get back from my dad's. I might just send you. Yeah, I liked having 2. I currently have 2 on the computer I don't need 2 on as urgently, and I have 1 on the one I should. That'll get fixed as soon as I find my adapters that just came in and instantly got lost. Because naturally, that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Sarlacc, you are what every ADHDer aspires to. Yeah, agreed. Clarity, yeah, you are so right.
See, the only problem I have with bookmarking is that bookmarking, because it's like not on my screen, becomes non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd look back and I'd see I have so many bookmark folders that I haven't accessed in like months.
For real.
Essentially, no point.
Okay.
Bookmarking is great for like really important things, but for the majority of it, it's not super great. Disappear from the screen. Oh, later I
Okay,
said
so if you're in my chat, I have muted on Discord for myself.
raid. Oh, are you ending already? Okay.
You just spoiled it, Zoe. But yeah, I'm raiding decaf.
Oh, you got raided. I guess I won't know until the raid happens.
It'll be just a minute. Everything should start updating here pretty quick. It always does. Just it's Twitch. It takes longer than we want it to, right?
Right.
Did that work?
That worked.
All right. So, for those who can still hear me, I love you guys. I do have to step out and go. However, you will enjoy the wonderful Decaf NVIDIA and MJBZ. I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next one.
Bye, rights. Bye.
Okay, there, Samaya. Your